Bosnia and Herzegovina is a country in South and Southeast Europe located within the Balkans. Sarajevo is the capital and largest city. The country's name comes from the two regions, Bosnia and Herzegovina, which have a very vaguely defined border between the two. Bosnia occupies the northern areas, which are roughly 4/5 of the entire country, while Herzegovina occupies the rest of the south part of the country. As of the 5th of January 2021, the citizens of this country had visa-free or visa-free on arrival to 117 countries and territories. The GDP per capita of this country was $6,109 US a year. All right, in this video, I'm going to give you the advantages and disadvantages of getting citizenship and a passport in this country. If you're making at least $150,000 US a year and or have a net worth of at least 1 million US, and you want to legally get your income taxes to zero, get a second passport as quick as 2 months, do 3 things. Hit the subscribe button on the right of your screen here and you'll get new videos automatically. And don't forget to hit the notification bell next to that subscribe button. And number 2 is I would like to hear from you. If you got a question or comment, put it below and I'll get back with you. And number 3 is go to our website, www.citizenshipquickly.com, and ask for some help. All right, now the tax are as follows. This country's residents are taxed on their worldwide income. The corporate tax rate is 10%. There's a personal income tax of 10%, a sales tax of 17%. The Social Security tax is 41.50%, and of that amount, the company pays 10.5%. The employee pays 31%. The easiest way to get residency in this country is to set up a company there. Citizenship of this country is primarily required in the following ways. Let's look at descent. A person born to 2 citizens of this country, regardless of the place of birth, is automatically a citizen of this country. By birth, a person born in the territory of Bosnia and Herzegovina is automatically a citizen of this country, even if the identity of their parents are unknown or where they would otherwise be rendered stateless. By naturalization, which is another method, a person submitting a request for naturalization may acquire citizenship of this country, provided they meet several conditions. These include having reached the 18 years of age, having been a permanent resident of the country for at least 8 years prior to the application, and having an adequate knowledge of Bosnian, and also passing a criminal check and renouncing any other foreign citizenship. In some cases, this country does allow dual citizenship. According to the Article 15 of the Citizenship Law, one can still have the possibility of requiring citizenship for foreigners who are willing to invest in the country. This article refers to the facilitated acquisition of citizenship for foreigners who are considered to be of a particular benefit to the country. These persons do not have to have a permanent residence in the territory of the country and do not always have to renounce their prior citizenship. Now, who is considered as a natural person of special benefit? Well, a special rule book stipulates that natural persons who work and contribute to the field of culture, science, education, politics, sports, and economy are considered to be a particular benefit to the country. Also, there are people who have already proven themselves internationally known in these areas. In the field of economy, they can be related with natural persons who are owners or managers in companies investing significant funds in the country or contribute by employing a significant number of workers. All right, now, who has the final word in this? Well, there's an application for the acquisition of citizenship in the country on the basis of special benefits for the country is submitted to the Ministry of Civil Affairs, which after determining that all documentation has been submitted, will forward the application to the Council of Ministers for decision. Therefore, the Council of Ministers, as a top governmental body that has the function of the government of the country, decides whether a natural person is a particular benefit to the country and whether the citizenship application can be accepted. It's important to emphasize that every person willing to undertake the citizenship application procedure in this way must have a recommendation from one of the prescribed institutions, such as the government of the Federation of what's called the BIH, the FBIH Chamber of Commerce, or the Olympic Federation. All right, now I'm going to give you my evaluation on this program, and it is as follows. The visa-free travel of only 117 countries and territories is not all that great, although the corporate and individual tax is quite low. For Europe, the Social Security tax is very high, 41.50%, and you're also taxed on your worldwide income, which is a real negative. One thing I do like is it does have visa-free travel to the Schengen countries and visa-free to China and Russia. If you're really better off sticking to territorial and pure tax haven countries that don't have a language test requirement that provide great visa-free travel, such as St. Kitts and Nevis. And St. Kitts and Nevis also has a lot more visa-free countries that you can travel to. And you can get the passport as quick as 2 months with no residency requirements instead of having to wait years and years and years and then try to apply and then possibly not get the passport. You'll also have to pass the language test to get the passport, and you're going to have to live there, like I said, for years before you apply there. And this is a huge negative that you're going to have to face. And I've mentioned this on other videos that, and you should remember this. This is something you need to really stamp in your brain, and that is that remember that a good citizenship program has these following traits in mind, and don't bypass any of these when you're trying to make a decision on a second passport. And that is, get a citizenship program that you know you can get as long as you have no civil or criminal past. A lot of these residency by investment countries don't go by the statutory requirements after the minimum residency requirements have been made, therefore messing up your plans for a passport in a reasonable amount of time. By getting just a passport in the Caribbean, and of course I like St. Kitts the best because it offers more visa-free travel than the other fast-track Caribbean options, you don't run into this problem because you can get the passport in St. Kitts as quick as 2 months. And number two is make sure that the country you're applying for has no military requirements in getting the passport. And number three is make sure the tax system that's in place in that country is either territorial or pure tax haven and doesn't tax worldwide income on investments. And St. Kitts doesn't have this problem. And not only does St. Kitts not have any income taxes inside the country, it doesn't have any income taxes outside the country either. And number four is make sure if there's a language requirement that you're already fluent in that language before you go to this country, or don't go. St. Kitts doesn't have a language requirement. The main language is English, but there is no test you have to take. This is the key thing you have to look at. Always verify, and number five, always verify that citizenship is allowed, that dual citizenship is allowed, or don't engage in that program. And St. Kitts does allow dual citizenship in all instances, and this is another key thing you want to look at. You don't want governments controlling you, and when you let governments control you, how you let them do it is by going in a citizenship type program that doesn't allow you to get a second passport after that, or a third or fourth passport. This is the key that you need to look for. And you need to pick one that has as many visa-free countries as that allows, or at least make sure that it allows visa-free travel to the Schengen countries. And remember, number seven, that a lot of these countries reserve their most lucrative opportunities for life insurance, real estate, retail, and other business opportunities to only citizens. So if you don't have citizenship in that country, you could be barred out from doing whatever business you're trying to do. You need to make sure this before you do an international move because there are a lot of businesses that are restricted and they're only allowed for citizens. And number eight is always, when you move to a new country, make sure you can speak that language. I tell people this all the time and they don't listen. When you go to a new country, if you don't know the language, it's going to set you back a lot of time. It wastes a lot of time, and you have to translate everything since you don't learn the language. And everything just takes more time, and it costs more money. Also, if you're wanting to learn more on how to legally get your income taxes to zero, how to get a second passport, as quick as 3 months, and you're making at least $150,000 US a year, and you got a net worth of at least $1 million US, hit the subscribe button to the right of your screen right here, and you get new videos as they come out automatically. And don't forget to hit that notification bell next to the subscribe button. And number two is I'd like to hear from you. If you got a question or comment, just put it below. And number three is go to our website, www.citizenshipquickly.com. Hit that bar of any page at the top that says apply with us. Fill out the questions. At the bottom of the questionnaire page where it says send it to us, hit that and we'll get that and we'll get back with you. We deal with a lot of citizenship by investment and residency by investment countries all over the world. I think you'd be interested in learning about, and I'll look forward to talking to you on the next video. Take care.